Okay. Happy New Year.
Is it first Monday?
First Monday 2026.
Yeah.
And it was slushy snow sleep this morning.
And we were going to do... We tried so hard to film a...
Did we try that hard?
We did. I don't even know if you know this.
What?
Joan's nan died on New Year's Eve,
Oh,
the
mate.
day we were going to do it. Yeah, and literally he came in and found out that news
Yeah.
and left. Like,
On New Year's Eve.
yeah, that was the last day where I was like, I swear it's 2:30, and you were like, no, it's 12.
We did say midday though,
Yeah,
didn't
we did. We did.
I don't know why I had 2:30, man. It was fucked anyway.
That's classically. Oh mate, I'm sorry, dude.
Anyway, we tried multiple times to film, and then I think that was a decent enough sign that we can probably just wait a week. Happy New Year anyway.
Happy New Year.
Don't want to start it with that, but I felt
Yeah.
like I'd be weird if I didn't say it because
Yeah.
we tried to film it on New Year's Eve, and then we went, actually there's other more important things to do in life, like drink Guinness and commemorate people's lives and deal with family shit.
So I got a nitrous tap thing for Guinness for Christmas.
Nice.
Sick.
My girlfriend did very well. And it is good. You got to get the glass really cold and then the Guinness really cold. You pop it on the top, and as you're pouring, it goes like that, and it kind of gives it, and it proper like full settle for a minute basically. Top it up with a little shamrock on top of it.
Oh,
That was my Christmas bang.
Sick.
It was really good.
I did drink over the Christmas period, but I am back on the
Yeah, I am
off
as
the
well.
wagon. I can't remember.
Not that I was on it.
What are you when you're not drinking?
I'm gonna have
Off the wagon.
off the wagon. I'm having a pretty dry January.
Pretty dry.
I've got a trip up. I've got a trip up to London where I'm catching up with a couple of people, which that's gonna be impossible.
Here we are. It is 2026. It is the year of...
Big news, big shit.
Yeah, we're leveling up, and we've been working on it all year in the background, and we still can't officially talk about it, but we are moving premises, we are gaining sponsorships, we are seeing the plans that we've been building come to life, and 2026 is that year for us, so it's really exciting. So firstly, just want to say thank you to everyone for watching over the last year, since we started the MBM anyway, any of the hardcores, because obviously I think we've got, how many subscribers? We've got 4,200-ish now.
Yeah.
Closely, yeah.
Yeah, and only about 500-600 of you religiously watch the MBM, so that's the core, that's what we consider the fam. So thanks for watching, and we hope it builds as the MBMs become not only regular but more exciting, because we've got more exciting shit happens that we'll probably talk about first on here.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot in the pipe works about to happen that we've been sat on. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? In the pipe works, or just the pipe
or in the works.
In the works.
But if you're really cool,
pipeline in the works, yeah.
Yeah, so we are moving. So the first thing we have to do is move out of the old one, which is going to be probably a bit emotional for me, because I kind of grew up in this factory. I've walked them stairs at the back there since I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's 20 years. It's my whole board building career up and down those stairs. And I've seen this building take multiple different shapes over those years. And we're the ones that are finally shutting the door on this being, I think it's the oldest running surfboard factory in the UK now. It was built in the early 80s.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's only ever been a surfboard factory?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
So this whole complex was
At
effectively...
one time or another has been, but this unit is the one that has...
held on the longest.
Yeah, has been part of the surfboard factory for the longest, yeah.
And we'll be leaving just as the new places go up, and
Yeah.
it'll be gone. People in 5 years will go, so why do they call this sea-based units, basically? Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, part of the history. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty emotional, but at the same time, I'm not kind of that guy. My daughter just left for 2 years and I forgot to take a photo of her. I'm just not that guy. I don't do sentiment very well, so...
2 years?
Potentially.
Travelling for 2 years?
She saved up like 7 and a bit grand. She's gone to Thailand for a month for a holiday, and then they're moving to Oz to get jobs, and they've got their working visas sorted.
Fair play.
Yeah, so...
Oh, man, how warm it is.
Well, it's quite warm on her coach, because I've just got a message to say her coach caught on fire on the motorway, and they're stood in Exeter with no jackets currently. waiting to see if their bags are going to blow up with the coach. So she's boiling. I shouldn't make a joke of that. I'm really glad she's safe.
She's back tomorrow. Like.
Oh God, yeah. It's fine.
bless her.
Oh, there'll be tears. Yeah. So what we thought we would do this episode is have a little look back at 2025 and create more unnecessary editing for Joel. Seeing as only 500 people watch the NPM. So we are going to go through the year and what happened in the year via Tom's categories that he has thought long and hard about.
That's literally my whole Christmas break, basically.
Yeah.
What if we did?
Pouring Guinness.
Yeah, literally. Just pouring Guinness, go shaper of the year or surfboard maker of the year. Which sounds better. So yeah, we've got these categories and we'll work through them. And there's nothing preset, and so the idea is it's a reflection on our experiences in these categories, and which particular contenders within these categories has most impacted us, or we feel is kind of like worthy. We'll each throw it into the hat, and we'll do film of the year, so our favourite from Colab TV or any other film that we can think of over the year. Moment of the year, so just like a moment that kind of rocked, basically. Could be from the film, it could just be your own wave of the year, so again could be your own or somebody else's surf that's been captured. You thought, wow, that's an awesome wave. Surfer of the year, shaper of the year, and then surfboard of the year. And as we go through surfboard of the year, we're going to reflect on the mid-lengths, the fishes, the travel boards, the short boards, the hybrids, the grovelers.
Shaper of the year.
Yeah,
I feel like
I've got to get that one.
Who are you voting?
I feel absolutely devastated.
You do what if you don't get mentioned?
Oh, that's gold. For the purpose of the video, I'm just going to try and think of what I really think it is that.
Yeah, exactly.
Scale,
Yeah. Don't try and fit this in. Don't try and go,
yeah.
it has to be from this and that. Just go for the thing that like is most
This is
impactful.
interesting. Comment below yours as well. Anything. It doesn't have to be involved with us at all. Just whatever you think the answers to the questions are.
Yeah.
We can spark some debate. And I love a little debate in the comments. I love a little argue. If it comes, if it comes to it, it comes to it.
Hearty baiting. There's literally.
Yeah.
I thought about it and I literally created my own YouTube channel so I can hearty bait basically.
All right, go. Let's go.
So, film of the year. What you've watched on online.
I really like Stranger Things.
Yeah, fair enough.
Surf related.
Let's
No, I'm
keep
not
it
going
surfy. Film of the year. So I can get it started because like this year has been a year where I think I've watched more surf films.
So your favourite surf film that you've watched?
Yeah, and I think the one that obviously the one that I've watched the most is Ryan Birch, Psychic Migrations. Him just rocking that like twin fin. Like I've kind of I love it so much. I've done my own little edit just so I can watch it more on my terms. And that little clip of Ryan Birch surfing a 5'3" twin in double, triple overhead South American waves on a board he made himself, it makes me want to be a better human being. It makes me want to be a better surfer.
Do you want to be inside Ryan Birch?
Fuck yeah.
What are you going to do if you meet him?
Fucking have a breakdown.
Yeah.
Hi Ryan. No, that was peak Birch. Like there's a couple of bits he did around that. Like I watch his surfing now and he still surfs amazing, but he was just like an elastic man sort of back then. And to be fair, that video has been out for over 10 years now or what have you. So it's not really aboard a year, but it's a video that I found that I've just been kind of like...
You've resonated with it?
Totally resonated with, yeah.
Well, that's the thing that people forget.
But in terms of, I think, our...
You don't have to do ours.
I do think, because I think I've watched more of our content than anything else, I think the UK Pump series has been really good. My favourite is your trip up north. I think that it captures a coldness and a down like that. I think so many people just related with kind of like that feeling of like being a car park and cold, and they're watching you go, and they go, I know exactly how that feels. And then you like walking out over that reef towards this heavy brown fucking wave, and most people are like, no thanks, I'm like totally out of that. But I think that really just captured the energy. Although I think one viewer did make a really good point. Just shut the doors on the van. Just shut the doors on the van and you keep the warmth inside and it's
There
all
was
sorted.
no warmth.
There was
begin
no
with.
warmth to keep.
It was just game over from the off.
It was through and through Baltic.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
it was very, very cold. The doors were cold.
Yeah.
So it was like you know when people do the joke of I can't remember the joke even. When you're outside and you've got a door from the inside and you say, "God, it's fucking freezing out here. Shut the door." It's like that.
I don't quite get it. But
Is that a joke?
I get the
Bad
way
dad
you're
joke.
going.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, fair enough.
It was
But
that.
I thought that was like
Do you know
the
what?
commitment.
Do you know what
Fair play.
that video did for me is it made me realise more of what I want to put out content wise. Like, so I love good surfing, but a wave isn't better to me if I made it out of the barrel or didn't make it out of the barrel, or a surf isn't better to me if I performed my best or if I didn't perform my best. But if I spoke when we're doing the pub chat about the surfs we've just had, you're talking quite specifically about the surf, but the energy from the pub chat absorbs to me into the good time I'm having.
Mm-hmm.
So then when like I get home and I reflect, I'm like, I enjoyed saying I didn't have a great surf. I enjoyed that whole thing, and that UK Pump series has made me realise I like the people, I like the places, I like the waves, I like the boards, but I'm not trying to. I don't think that we want to try and get across someone's phenomenal talent more so than someone's phenomenal life and timing and how cool how good it is to banter in the car park at Fistral. That's a part of Fistral that I want to get on camera, not just the waves or the local surfers. How cold it is up north. How what we are actually putting ourselves through in order to have this kind of moment where we're not thinking about normal reality for a bit. We're up there going, our reality right now is we're three blokes in a van freezing our bollocks off when we could have just been 2 minutes down the road in our mate's Airbnb. But it makes it.
But 2025, so UK Pumps, trip north. Anything above that?
Favourite film in general?
I mean, you had your own film, like your
Exactly,
your
Yeah,
own
so
trip,
that's
yeah.
Film
obviously
premiere.
a massive one because I'm a massive part of it and I love to do that whole sort of venture around those films. But I think for me, my favourite film I've watched, and it kind of spins off what you said, it's not necessarily to do with the quality of surfing or the level of surfing or the style of surfing. But my favourite ones to watch are the Torrin Martin ones, the one where he's on the boat. I think it's called
Calypso, yeah.
Jackson's one of Jackson's favourites.
Yeah, and it's just that I think what I love about it and what relates to you is it's not necessarily about if they score pumping waves. They do obviously as well, but it's about that whole journey around getting to the waves, finding the waves, and it's sort of like that explorer, surfing film that
He's
me really
probably the
appeals to me.
most legit like surf adventurer traveller.
Yeah.
Like, because I did
That
all-
documents.
Yeah,
Do you know, I
the
thought
doc-
about this the other day when you
Yeah.
said it. There's some people that I know that do all that shit and they don't even.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the type of stuff that I find really inspiring. So I think that's probably my.
Have you watched this series from when he goes from surfing Scotland
Yeah.
all the way
Lost
down
track.
to Morocco, basically?
Yeah.
That's epic.
I'm gonna
I love
do it.
that one.
Another thing I want to say is I've got a couple sort of ideas in my head for the next year, which I'd love to get out just off paper and actually get started and see where it goes. Which is kind of down the similar idea of exploration and.
You know how there's
South
like
travel.
the 3 peak challenge where you do the 3 highest mountains like Ben Nevis, Snowdon, and Scafell Pike, like in England, Wales, and Scotland. You should come up with like a 24-hour surf challenge where you've got to surf like Thurso to Fistral, basically.
Well,
like.
Hasn't it been interesting that over the Christmas break how we've had 2 people say, hey, we've got these secret spots, we really want to see good surfers on it, do you want to come and do the film with us at the secret spots? And they're on 2 completely different coasts. They'll be really cool adventures. So I think that we're almost willing that sort of stuff towards us, which is what we find amazing. Because my favourite series that I've watched, I don't know if I could pinpoint. I probably can pinpoint my favourite episode, but it's not by much. I like all
I
of
know
them.
which ones, yeah.
Maps to Nowhere.
Maps to
Oh
Nowhere.
yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, because to me, as a kid, we did that around Cornwall, And then the only next thing you can do is go around England. And then the only next thing you can do is go around UK. And then you like stumble on somewhere like ridiculous, like the day you surf those barrels with your mates with no one out. And then you go Ireland, then you go Europe, then suddenly you're doing it all around the world. And there's all these little magic spots, but you can find them in Cornwall surfing.
Yeah.
You know, and we're getting people in the southwest saying, "Here's the secret spot. Do you want to come and surf it with us?" And obviously, we're not going to share the locations, but we're going to share the spot and the secret and the magic behind those spots. So Maps to Nowhere is a bit of a. I really enjoy watching it. The surfing is incredible in it as well, but it makes me want to do it, and I feel like we can in our own way.
So interesting. So in terms of outside of what we're doing, yours is the Torrent Martin Calypte. Yours is Maps to Nowhere. Mine's Psychic Migration, which is it's a similar vein. They've gone to South America, Chile, and he's made a board on the spot. And I love that adventure. And I love the fact that he's used both materials.
About merch again.
Sorry. Just slap me whenever I slip into merch mode, basically. But it's the idea that like. The board's got to be made perfectly to surf it, and it's just he's just gone there and made it, like hadn't shaped the fins or what have you, and then gone surfed and ripped it. But that is the adventure of it. And you just watch it, going, oh god, like I want adventures like that. So
next up,
what was film of the year?
Well, I think it's okay to do 3.
What are we trying to narrow it down to?
Yeah, I think we got to pick one. Like if we all had to put our money on.
All right, I'm gonna go internationally. I'm going to go Maps to Nowhere, and it isn't. I don't even think it was filmed this year, but it's the Katie one where on the right hand.
The sand.
The sandbar.
That's what
I
you
can
want to
agree
find.
with that.
20-second, 30-second barrels.
I can 100% happily agree with that.
You just like the way that they really had to watch this spot, the way that it turned into this absolute.
That's when they got all the satellite and it has to work on exactly the right time.
Yeah, and then the surfing is just ridiculous.
Yeah, barrel riding. Cool.
Okay, so all right, how about this then? We aspirationally loved these films, so therefore the film of the year is our nearest version of it, which we're working on, which is probably
coast to coast.
Up north or coast.
I think up north for me just had the cold, and everyone I've showed that have just gone, oh my god, you can see even if they're not into surfing, really felt that film.
And when we film them now, I'm going to film with that intent to show that, because there's lots more. There's some magic stuff that happens off camera, because we're filming. We're on these 72-hour trips, and we're filming hardly at all. There's so many magic moments that we miss, and maybe they're not as magic if you get the camera out, but the more we get the camera out, the more you're going to feel.
Forget about the camera. Just legit.
You're going to see the shit that we have to do.
Cool.
And, so I reckon film the year up north, because.
Or Goose Chase, because Goose Chase is more like, I guess
I think up north as a single package of just storytelling, it was really
had the good waves.
Exactly. That was fair. That was nice.
Right, got that.
Moment of the year. So that could be, doesn't have to be on film. I think we all kind of like have a strong sense in terms of gold that was captured on film that you're just like, oh, that was an epic moment. But it could be a moment that you've had, like an epic wave. I guess we've all had surfs where it's just been empty and pumping and you've had those moments and what have you. But like, I think a moment like as a singular kind of there, like to kick off Joan calling, barrel to air, going in and delivering barrel to air on camera is like, yeah, fair play.
That's mine.
Yeah.
That's mine just because I know Joan more than I've ever known you, even though I've known you for a good few years now, I actually am I'm part of like his
story now.
So, sometimes when you meet people, they are just how they are. But then when you like build a relationship with someone, they're changing the way you live and you're changing the way they live. So like when you see something like that, you cannot help but be like proud in that moment. Like it is just a passing moment, but it's also like it takes a lot to be that guy.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed. I thought that was just sick. I was like, that's exactly the sort of shit that I can happily tell my kids that in 50 years. That's still that same thing of like, how do you get to that person?
And just to expand on that moment, I think there was a clip that went out that had that, then had Dilsey riding barrels, then had like Heath doing big laid back hacks basically. And I remember you coming in and just going, that was the best day of clips, like they just went out there and it just felt, like you said, all the work, your whole life building towards, and then you've just got like the boards, the riders, the trips, the kind of like the energy, and you're just like, wow, that was like 24 hours of the best clips ever put out
I think
there.
life tells you when you're at least in the right direction, not necessarily in praise, but just in
Shit happening.
Yeah, and like, you know, Raynan won the comp.
That was it. Raynon won the comp.
Joe does the clips. Deals waits 2 hours and gets those bombs. You know, Jackson there's so many moments where Jackson's like, you know, done it as a dad for me. Like, you know, where I'm like, God, that is an amazing feat for a 12-year-old. That you know, I just feel that that's a really special moment. So like, all of those things were happening in a week from it, and it just made me go, yeah, we were on the right path. And like, although there's times where you're like, oh, I'm tired and like I really don't want to go shaping at 11 o'clock at night.
You want to go surfing.
Yeah. But like, for us to go surfing so much and film these events, we're working behind the scenes. We're doing things to enable that to happen. We're running here, there, and everywhere to go get a battery charger. We're shaping at night. We're doing early starts. We're packing boards. We're cut hands and cold. And all of these things go, and then little moments happen. You go, it's all right. I'll just give me a little bit more energy to do it again, to do it again, and then you start building from it. So my moment was definitely Joan's clip.
That was the cherry on all of that. Yeah. That was the kind of summation of it.
Yeah,
like,
and I could say Raynan winning the comp on the boards, but I just feel happy. I always say this to people: boards are inanimate objects. You know, you can have good ways on them and bad ways on them. It's you. It's you and the confidence it brings. A board can help deliver some confidence, but it can't change you. So I'd never in a million years take credit for someone winning something on my boards. I'd just be happy they did. But the actual moment was I also like the moment when Raynan came on the beach and like decided to give me a cuddle.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Like that.
After that, yeah. After you just kind of clicked with your boards, basically.
Well, you just went,
oh, fuck, it's happening.
Yeah.
Nice, but yeah, cool. Well done, Joe.
Thank you.
Right, let's swap. See if you can do better than fucking that monstrosity.
Yeah, I'm going middle.
Yeah.
Barrel to air combo.
Barrel to air combo,
Going down.
and you get a present.
I don't know, they were on time earlier. Evers was dead on time.
Oh!
Lee's got a sick one of Joan.
Oh!
Who was that?
Woo! Yeah.
I just want to throw out as well, I'd say Lucas winning back-to-back board masters was pretty mental.
That was pretty sick.
As like a surf, like someone not in the same age group as Lucas, but sort of in that group of younger surfers, I think it's just so inspiring to see that. Even if you're not a full competitive surfer, it's like pretty mental that someone can do that at home as well.
And so to make a nice segue, so like, and this is kind of...
We haven't said that enough though, actually. That was a huge moment.
Mental.
And it's ours really as well. It's a Nuki thing. Like it was, I mean, he's 17.
I know. People
Forget
don't
that.
realise how young he is because how good he is.
How long have he been?
Like my parents hear how old he is every now and again and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, 17 and he's won 2 QSs in a row. Like,
So on that, and as a segue, I had Wave of the Year following on from Moment of the Year. And the Wave of the Year that I've watched a few times, just gone, what the actual is Lucas's barrel at pipe, basically.
Yeah.
Like, and then you have to remind yourself, like, was he 16 or 17 when
he
that?
was 16.
16,
No, 17.
Just
Just
surfing away
he's
with that
just about to
consequence.
be 18. It's not far off. I think
Yeah,
it's
Jan
Okay.
17th or something.
So that was beginning of this year, wasn't it? Last year, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think Lucas's barrel at
100%.
pipe was the Wave of the Year. Like, I've just watched and just gone, bloody hell, like, it was so far beyond anything I could imagine. Just the
agree
drop
with
in
that.
looks terrifying, like, and then making it out of it at that age.
I'm just trying to think
At
of
any age.
anything even remotely close.
Nah, nothing's topping that. That just like blew up everything.
Yeah. Because even like there's some stuff at Nazare where I don't know what it is, but I never...
It does. Nazare, they kind of get in early, and then it looks like it's kind of just a race against the wall behind them, basically. Whereas Lucas backdoors that, basically, and
I
the
feel
drop
like
in
I
is just-
couldn't have done it.
Lucas's.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
some-
no,
so
never,
I-
ever.
Not that I could in
Surf
real...
Nazare, but-
yeah, but there's just sometimes I watch it, even Molly, which is pretty crazy as well, because I wouldn't do it. But
Yeah.
I feel like if you went do it and I'll give you £1 million, I'll be like, all
Have a
right,
crack.
I'd much rather do
Yeah.
that than what Lucas just did at backdoor.
Yeah.
You know, because paddle out there on my own and do this and do that. Yeah, no, and to me, not that he, you know, gives a shit what I say, but I said to him the other day, I was like, I know he's on this track actually. You can just tell just from a quick chat with him, but I was like, you know, when he did it, it's not that well done, you got fourth in the world. It's like he didn't win,
Yeah.
and people were more like, oh, he didn't win again, you know, in the worlds. It's like, was it back-to-back finals or back-to-back?
Three.
Yeah, back-to-back finals.
2 seconds and the fourth.
Yeah, and he was at every single point in that. Arguably, when Hans did the air, fair enough. But like, he was either the guy to beat or the standout performer.
Yeah.
And to me, that's winning. That winning isn't like, oh, I got the gold trophy that says number 1 on it. Winning is like,
people know he's good. You can see he's just
you did everything.
cut above.
Yeah,
like,
you did everything asked. It just at the end of it, you didn't get this weird little
But
clap.
it is interesting what you say, because say if another one of the team finalled and got fourth, it'd be a completely different story in terms
Best
of
thing
social
ever.
media and all of this
Gillespie
stuff.
had done it.
Yeah.
We're almost.
That's why I'm saying people who know how good he is, so they're not giving him all the credit that maybe he deserves, even when he's not at the top of his game.
I think it's, you got to be careful, because I think there's almost too much credit. Like, don't, in a way, like commend everything he's doing, but
Yeah.
think of it more as a total package than individual moments of achievement. And they do end up rounding out in like, everyone knows the context of a wave at pipe. It isn't just you're lucky. It isn't. It fucking really isn't. It might not be true, but I heard a story from that session that he paddled out with Dane Henry. Dane Henry's a world champion, junior world champion. He's a year older than Lucas, and Dane Henry is a phenom, complete. I mean, Lucas is, but Dane Henry's like that next flipping stage up of just, the guy's crazy. But he could have gone on that wave, and he gave it to Lucas. He didn't want that wave.
Yeah.
And Lucas went,
You
I like that wave.
If you see the extended version of that clip, you see the camera come off Lucas to the next wave, and nobody's going for it. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like, you can see the camera looking around, and everybody's backing off like the next wave.
Well, I think for
It's
people
only
who,
too louder.
yeah,
Oh yeah, there you go. It's just
yeah, and they don't have a lot of experience at pipe or off the wall or
No.
wherever it was, but fucking fair play to them.
yeah. I mean, yeah, scary as shit. Cool. So that was pretty easy.
Wave of the year, definitely Lucas.
100%.
Yeah. And we probably should give some honourable mentions to some of the shit that went down at Mully, on our shores as well. Conor Maguire, Nick Von Raat. Loewy's paddle wave at Mully was fucked, and he literally had nearly died at Chopu 3 or 4 months before. I mean, you think of all the shit that you've got questioned. Loewy's keen to come in and do a little sit down as well, and I can't wait for that. So honourable mentions.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
wave of the year, Lucas, definitely.
So segueing from that, we've got film of the year, we've done moment of the year, we've done wave of the year. So I think taking all that into consideration, sort of like, as well as any others you want to throw in there, surfer of the year. I'm going to throw a candidate out there.
Go on.
Wasn't aware of him until he won the nationals, and then every clip I've seen of him, like, he's just fucking on it. He just looks so sharp, so good, and he's not the most stylish. Like there's other people I'd watch more for style, but like I like the fact of his age profile, that he's still out there mixing it. But like, I've been really impressed with Jace Robinson this year. From something I haven't heard of him before.
Yeah.
Like, kind of.
I couldn't think who won the Nationals then. I was like, who's he on?
That's it. Like, he's kind of like, there are all these other names
But
who get
also
banded
he's been
around.
at pretty much every swell we've gone to. Like, even
Yeah,
up
literally the
north
clips
that
you've
time,
kind of
he's
watched
been at
there.
Lev all the time. Like,
He's always been relatively consistent about getting away. I don't know what he does to work. I don't even know if he has to work. I'm not sure. I haven't got a clue.
I got the feeling he might be pro, like full-time pro surfer. That is what he does.
I don't think he gets a contract enough to be able to focus on it full time. No, I think he's
no,
just
just what he's with Seaskins and down the line.
yeah. So I think
Down the line,
I think he's more just a very very high level free surfer that has to pay his own
He
way.
surfs more like a free surfer than like kind of. He's got that vibe about him in terms of just out there.
He's always been really, really good. So like, a lot of people forget about his generation of surfers, but his generation is Ruben Ash, Tom Butler, and Jace Robinson. And one of the Euro events, that one of the finals, I think Ruben won it. Tom came second, Jace came third. That's 3 Brits. Like they were very, very good, young kids, them lot. But they were also complete one-man bands, and I don't know if that helped them. Looking back on it, they could have maybe been slightly more of a unit. Like Butler would always go and do his own thing. Rubes would always go and do his thing. Jace was, you kind of just hunting waves, but like all incredible surfers that are never out of place in in any lineup you see them
Yeah.
in, and the bigger and crazier it gets, the more they're stepping up and getting good waves. So, fair shout, absolutely fair shout. And he won the Nationals.
Yeah.
And he's what, 30?
36, 37?
36,
Yeah,
yeah.
36. And and like I said, I like guys killing it in the later years.
I do, however, think that Luke Dillon won the Nationals. Now I've looked back at it, and I've flitted a lot of times, but I think that
his 2 waves were like.
I think if you judge that in QS terms, with replay, the judges would have needed replays as well. Completely see why they went Jace.
Yeah.
And I would have had it close either way, but I actually do think Luke Dillon won it. And I just before anyone thinks I'm saying that 'cause he's my team rider, the year where he won it and he had a hell battle with Lucas, I gave it Lucas.
Yeah.
I think Lucas just won it with the inside work. So like, again, didn't think it was a robbery that Luke won, but just in case anyone's thinking like, oh, you're only saying that 'cause he's a team rider and stuff. It's not. I watched that final. I don't think it was a robbery, so it doesn't matter. I'm happy Jace won.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say Lucas. I don't want to. I want to save his Surfer of the Year so when he really does what I think he will
when
do.
he wins some big
yeah,
shit.
but just like as far as he's going now, I think that it's not a bad fucking year, man. Just winning Boardmasters alone, but
And Junior Nationals.
Injury as well.
Coming back from his injury, yeah.
Junior Nationals though, again, like he
Finn should have got that.
Finn should have won, yeah. So like but that's really good for everyone, you know. But just one thing I really like about competitive surfers like Lucas and his dad as well, I'd completely give his dad this credit, is that for every free surfer out there, you also just see a guy who couldn't quite cut it emotionally and mentally in comps. If they won, they'd still be competitive surfers, but because they didn't win, they go, I hate comps. But those guys will turn up to comps and they will win, lose or draw, be having a beer after, talking to everyone, loving life, on to the next one. They are part of it. They are really core competitive surfers that give the sport credit. I mean, he's got absolutely no need whatsoever to do his national events, yet there he is doing them. And losing.
Mm-hmm.
Even better, because he doesn't have to lose. He does not have to lose that final. If he really, really, really put his mind to it in that final, he would have just won it. But he was happy just to be in and amongst it, and he didn't get the waves, he didn't go to plan, all good, on the beach, talking to everyone, like it's fine. And I just we need more of those, especially from the UK. Those kind of die hard, like...
Yeah, and to be fair, like, I don't know how many times Jace Robinson is going to win the Nationals again, but when he looks at his result, he'll have below him Lucas Skinner, Luke Dillon, like, kind of... That's when you can pin up on the wall, do you know what I mean?
He won the Boardmasters as well, the year it wasn't a QS.
Jace is a multi-national title holder.
But what I'm saying is, it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Lucas
Not a bad
added
final.
value to that final. Like, that's what I'm
what
saying.
I'm saying,
Yeah, I was agreeing with you,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then,
yeah.
like, making
To come back and win is
exactly that.
Yeah, I'm almost. It paints so much of a better picture to me that he hasn't had it all his own way, but he basically has. If you were going by my metric of what a winner is, he is number one. If you go by some of the comps, he's got a couple of seconds and thirds and what have you. But like, I'd have to say he's my Surfer of the Year for sure. And it grudgingly in a really weird way, because I just know that he's
Got another level to come.
Yeah, he's got some more gears. Definitely some more gears.
Joe, you said?
I'm going Lucas. I think from what we said earlier, it's like even if he's not achieving the things that people might sort of expect him to be achieving, almost, I still think he's not getting enough credit. He's literally like, snap 5 part, that wave at pipe, Boardmasters win.
He did that
juniors finals this whole year.
air at Thursday. I don't think it was in the comp where he kind of it looked like a nothing wave comes off the lip and he does this kind of reverse somersault.
Oh,
and lands it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
I've watched that and I still don't like the genius, and I think it is to know how to twist your body. Like, I don't even know how you can't train for that. That was just something
hitting the first section as well.
Yeah.
Hitting the first section in a comp takes a lot of cojones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just think he's just literally inspiring. It feels like there's a whole shift at the moment in the younger generation in surfers in Cornwall and the UK, and I think he's probably a big reason to do with that. Is because
it would be a shame if we had to look back and then realised how special it was that we're actually in this era right now.
Yeah.
Of
At the beginning of this era, I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So
Alright, so
Lucas for me.
I can go with that.
Yeah.
I can totally go with that. Yeah.
We could do honourable mentions. So Laura at Nazare, paddle 20-foot waves, Toad 40-50 plus. Biggest wave ever ridden by a woman outside of Myers Wave a couple of years ago. UK surfer as well. Also like some like people developing, you know, just like quietly on their own. Skip, Heath, Gillespie, Reen, Bowden Nue, Finn Gillespie. Lovely seeing that crop of Jago, Tasker. Just really nice to see that little crop of Nuki guys going, oh, shit, we can like compete against Lucas, and like here's our clips and here's our go at the Worlds, and you know, it's just really nice to see, and like especially spending some time with Beef over the last couple of months, where he's been coming on trips with us for the Colab stuff.
I think he's got
with
yeah,
Joe
looks
as
better.
well.
Like kind of.
You just see them growing, just grabbing this confidence, and all you can do is give people opportunities. You can't help them take them. So when you see him take the opportunities, like he paddled out at Lev with a 6'6" board, way too big for him, and was just going to try and get an insider, and then the best wave of the session came to him, and he fucking swang and went and nearly made the best wave out there. Like he got his ass absolutely.
Is that on the coast to coast session?
Yeah, on the coast to coast you'll see it, and it's like that's all you can ask. Just the fact that it didn't go perfect is almost better. Like he got his ass handed to him on this wave, and he could have just picked a line and come out of it for sure. But he learns and he grows, and like he took the opportunity. He didn't go, "Whoa, I'm not going."
Yeah.
You know, he didn't like pretend that he didn't see the wave to get a better position or anything. He was amongst it, and we saw that in the morning when he surfed 12-foot Fistral, and like we saw it at every surf we've been to. The good wave that he got. You know, I don't know anyone who's surfed up there for the first time and got a wave like that. You know, I certainly didn't. Jeez, it took me years to get a good wave out there. Years. And that's not just ability levels, that's courage and
He's brave.
He
is brave. He puts himself in the mix of it.
Yeah.
For best attitude, he's got to be up there, I think.
Oh, he's got the best attitude ever. It's infectious. Yeah, definitely.
But also, like you said, like to just not let an opportunity go to waste. He didn't do that at all. You can see that he's aware of the opportunities he's been given, and he's fully like making the most out of it.
See how 2026 lines up for him. I think 2026 could be his year.
Yeah, big year for
him. Yeah.
Joan, you've had a good year.
Yeah, solid year. I think the best part of my year is honestly landing this job, though. Fuck, it's changed my whole life around surfing. It has, though.
Come on.
It has.
It's sick. Yeah, you're a pro surfer, mate.
To not like have to think about work and surfing as two different things that often always take away from each other. It's like fully become one thing. And that's like, I'm happy with that for a year achievement. It's been sick.
Yeah, and that's like the other things you should be wary of is that blend also is a bad thing as well. So it's just it's just a way of just encapsulating how fucking magic life is every day. That's the end goal. It's not changing the life. It's not I want to be happy every day. It's I want to be understanding of every moment, every single day. And you start realizing you're just building it yourself. Who could do this job better right now in the UK? No one. Like and you're getting better and you're getting stronger, and that's why the fuck you're here. That it's sick. And it's the very start of it for me because that's what I want to be able to, one, do myself, and two...
What? Barrels to wear, then a bit of filming,
oh God.
then a bit...
Literally, I would give my right leg.
Literally, suicide's the only option then. You've like completed life.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
done.
It's actually been a real cool thing for me to see some of my best surfing on footage. I think you've improved this year quite a lot. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like I've definitely... I've got a very strong mind when it comes to like injuries and stuff, like anything really, anything that happens. I'm pretty tough in terms of always trying to find the positive side, and that was like that guided me out way more than it should have. Yeah. You know, because it takes momentum out of. Well, I had a personal journey with surfing, you know, and like I don't think I'd have been able to hit that end section like I did had I not had the confidence to go and hit it, and then.
I think it was some of your stalls, getting yourself into the pocket, like kind of sort of just reading a bit, like some of your cutbacks.
And knowing where I am has helped by getting filmed, because like one of the parts I really liked was when I think I told you lot. I definitely told my friends. I said, "Fuck, I did really nice part."
I think I told you lot. I definitely told my friends.
No, my surf chat. I've got a surf chat on my phone of all like my OGs. And, I know that I told some people about a turn I did at Harlin, and I was like, "Yeah, it felt really nice." I was like, I absolutely just cut this wave to pieces and just felt really good about it. And then like 2 or 3 days later, someone had flipping taken photos of it and emailed me it. And I'm like, yeah, and he didn't have the full sequence because he wasn't like a full surf photographer. But just how cool is that? That like,
you got the camera of it.
Yeah, and I actually got to see what it looked like. And that was, so like, there's a few little things like that this year. It's been really good. But yeah, long way round saying Lucas is surfer of the year, but some honourable mentions definitely go in there to the young up and comers, Laura. I mean, geez,
Eli,
all the Wales surfing. Wales surfing is like, tell me Logan hasn't got better.
100% he has.
Unbelievable, that last clip. Unbelievable. Like, that's legit. Like, that's in Wales as well. It almost makes it better. Mm-hmm. Like, those are big old turns. Pat, Alice. I mean, I'm going to miss people out if I start naming everyone.
Yeah,
Welsh surfing, despite their poor infrastructure in the competitive scene, they have a lot of dedicated people on the beach that want to help the kids. And it just shows you that there's a lot of positive vibes in surfing at the moment, especially in the UK. Do you know what I think's happening? I think the UK is having a breakthrough, era-defining culture difference, where it's like we're not hitting anyone's coattails. We've just kind of let them go and gone, oh, we're okay. And now we're just starting to develop it as our own thing. You know, like cold water kind of vibe.
Do you think it coincides with? It feels like the surf's getting better here. It feels like the warmer the weather, the warmer the world, the more energy's in the water, the more it's coming up, the more volatile, the more wind, the more waves we're getting.
I don't think you could argue that that's been the most consistent year ever. Got to have been.
As in, well, yeah, like starting the year was epic. It was epic at the beginning. There was swell the whole way through the summer, and then it was epic at the end of the year. Basically, it was like
yeah. We have not had long periods of no swell and northerlies or anything like that.
I mean, the amount of southerlies we've been having is like relentless southerlies. Yeah, bring it on. Yeah. I'm here for that.
Yeah. All right. So come on, surfer of the year, Lucas.
No. Oh yeah, surfer of the year, Lucas. Shaper of the year. Would you like to put your case forward for yourself?
I'd like to take Colab Shaper of the year. Basically on volume.
It's on volume, Shaper. You definitely got it on volume.
Interesting one.
Well, I've got a clear standout for me on Shaper of the Year.
Oh, go.
Morris Cobb. I think it's definitely a personal, like, I've just found his boards, really enjoyed them, met him. I also think the more I kind of understand his design, the more I'm starting to understand the influence he's had on so many other boards that are out there. I was kind of, because I knew Shape of the Year was going to be one of the categories, and then because I just acquired that Ryan Birch Squidfish, when that turned up and I was like, oh my god, it's Morris Cole, like, it's a reverse V, it's like a play on that. That definitely cemented, because I was like, well, he's kind of one of my favourite surfers, shapers ever, and he's been influenced by this other guy that I've kind of, by Morris, who I clicked with. I met him this year, and he kind of had like a sort of, I liked his lack of preciousness, just like, not who gives a fuck, but just like, he just shapes boards, takes things to the max, tries it, doesn't give a shit, like kind of, and has pushed it. And like when you look at his CV in terms of world champs, influence on big waves, like he's done it all and everything, been in prison, like, and then on top of that, when you add that he's kind of seemingly always got 1 year left to live, like I think been diagnosed with terminal cancer like 5 times, and sort of like then he's in remission, then he's out again. You think like I can't imagine like is this his last year? I won't be surprised, sort of what have you. So you just kind of go, glad I met him, glad I got the boards when I got the boards, started seeing the influence, and have just been like kind of, yeah, like absolute legend, and definitely sort of inspires me when I'm shaping.
Yeah, fair. I feel like just purely because there's nothing new there for me as a shaper.
Mm-hmm.
He has been that guy for pretty much since I started. So when I started shaping, he was already old guard.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah, so he's been the guy you've just found this year to me for years. So I don't think of him the way you are. Funnily enough, you're going like reverse feed, longer boards. Everything needs to be bigger, more foam, and that's his like sort of shaping mantra, and has been for like.
But then Ryan Birch 5.2 Squidfish, it's reverse V. Like how he's packaged that.
But I mean the way Morris is.
He does like his longer boards.
Yeah, but for me it was the like hard edge single concave, because when I was completely I don't think I was ignorant. I just don't think there was as much information out there. Like when I was a young shaper, you just didn't have the internet like you had it, and you only heard of the big brands. So my first like breakthrough model was essentially trying to copy what Aaron Cormican was doing in 5.5, 19 and a quarter, the Lost movie, but it wasn't the round nosed fish. It was this other weird little board. I think they called it the Rocket in the end when he launched it. But I didn't have any dimensions or anything. I'm just visually looking about how loose and playful this little board is in shit waves. But two of the fundamentals, and I don't know if the original had it or not, but the fundamentals that I walked away with was deep singles and hard edges, not even the continuous curve at the point.
Yeah.
And that is very Morris Cole.
Yeah. Nobody does a deeper single than Morris Cole.
Yeah.
Like inch deep.
And the way the edges were.
Yeah.
As well was very severe, and he never gave. Well, it's not even like he gave it. He would just ignore people that didn't like it and just work with people who did like it, and he never really changed. And I always used to think like, oh man, if you just like could adapt it, but that's what I vicariously ended up doing because of those things. So people said to me, oh, this is kind of Morris Cole, and I was like, oh, who the fuck's Morris Cole? So then like you start looking, and then I guess some of the fears in me to not be so extreme and work out really how you can utilise them, and maybe you can be a reverse V shaper and a single concave shaper, maybe you can be a single fin shaper and a thruster shaper, and like that's kind of how he was the first shaper ever when I was a kid that was extreme in what he did. All the others were not, and I think it helped me understand that extreme isn't shit and weird. It can be really, really functional if you can maybe tighten it up in certain areas. So I like that shout though. Fucking love that shout.
Well, he seems busier than ever, like as in he's just done a world tour going and shaping, and I'd surfed his reverse V on other boards, and when I spoke to him I was like, is there any chance you can give me a bit more rocker at the front, because I'm finding it's a bit flat. And he was like, yeah, these are all the modifications I've done for like this iteration of the board anyway. So he still seemed very alive. I've never met somebody so close to their deathbed so alive, which was kind of like a really
well, maybe
nice.
He's not.
I know.
What is he, 70 odd?
In his 70s, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe he's got fucking 30 years left.
It wouldn't surprise me if he got to 100. And fair play.
He calls himself a fossil, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at his Instagram, what he still charges, but like, there's him and a bunch of like kind of old boys. I'm sure they're probably famous surfers and stuff like. The litany of injuries they've got, like kind of like missing fingers, split open, like kind of. So I haven't seen more blood on an Instagram post than Morris Cole and him and his 70-year-old friend surfing. It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So he'd be my shout for Shaper of the Year. Obviously, you're included in that. Like, you're a huge part of my journey in this world. Yeah, you're fundamental to it. So I think.
Cheers, mate. I'm trying to think who mine would be. One thing that I see quite a lot is like fundamentally what something is. So like I can very quickly peel back the bullshit, which means that I take a lot of excitement out of it for just discovering something and having a go on it. I can kind of go, well, I know what that and that will do. I know how I'd make that better, and I'll turn it into this and I'll turn it into this. You cannot help it as a shaper. Every shaper will do that. And I'm just trying to think this year, how would I credit a shaper? And I think my shaper of the year is Axel Lorenz, because Axel has just left a really easy job to stay in for the rest of your life. He had the support of a huge network behind him. All he had to do is turn up for work, do his boards, and add sprinkles of his insight, and they would use it. But because he wasn't into the way they were using it and the lack of they were using it and fitting into the machine, he, close to 50 years old, how old is he? 50?
I don't know, not aging.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
50 something years old.
Bit older than me.
Yeah. Decided to build his own factory, go out on his own, and then you start to see, as someone working with him, you start to see, shit, he might be known as a very good local board builder if we're not careful, rather than a bit of a global shaping icon, which he should be because of the opportunities that he was allowed in his other job. But he jumped through the hoops. They put him up, but he got world champion big wave surfers on his boards. He got WCT surfers on his boards. He got fat middle-aged men riding like every genre. He is at the top of the pile, and I don't know another shaper like that. And he still went on his own for the love of the game, for the art of the game. And to me, that's just like such a huge decision. On the face of it, might not pay off, but I think may or may not, should I say. But to him, it's already paid off. He did what he was very, very true to himself. And I think there's so many shapers out there. In fact, I know there's just pretenders. Yeah. And they're just, I've been working on this model. No, you haven't. That's one board. That is one board that you've done. You haven't worked on a model. You've made one board off of an idea. That's not working on a model. Working on a model is Axel. Working on a model is insert shaper person relationship. Like that is working on a model. You're trying to fit a gap that you think you should be, and there is actually people out there that you can aspire to be like. And there's a lot of that bullshit. There's a lot of that bullshit. Like Ryan's Squidfish, that's working on a model.
Yeah.
Working on a model isn't seeing a picture, someone asked for a fish, and you just pulled a fish out your ass and said, "This is my fish," and you've been working on this for a while. No,
so it's creating icons in the sense that sort of the models, a board has a character and a personality and becomes always bigger than the shaper sometimes. In the same way, like
I'm like, you know, I'm kind of biting in a bit harder than I wanted to bite into one man bands effectively, but it's just Axel is your epitome of a one man band now. And he has the legitimacy of the background of all the opportunities he's had and all the hoops that he has jumped through and all of the tests he's passed, or whatever you wanted to say, to really solidify him. And his shapes might not be exciting like Squidfish's, and you know, and that's why I haven't said Ryan Lovelace here, because he's had a hell of a year. Axel's are they're function based, and he's had.
I thought you were going to say Lovelace because you get frothy about because he brings out newness or difference, basically. You love his. Every time you touch a Will's fish, you're like, oh my god, this is like the best fish.
But this is the reason why he's not the shaper of the year, because the Will's fish is like the best fish on the market. It's the best blend of authentic fish versus new school design there is on the market, and it's the best because the best is the simplest. And he hasn't got outlandish on the outline. He's gone clever on the concaves. It makes loads and loads of sense, but that's not why he did it. And equally, he could go for the next 5 years making very, very
fine adjustments,
uncentric to a lot of different surfers as a fish. He could spend absolutely hours making a fish that only works for a very small selected amount of surfers in small selected ways.
Will.
No, because this is what I'm saying. I think that particular one translates, but like the FM is a good example. It's like the reason why that's a popular board isn't because it's the easiest board to surf for everyone. It's because everyone can jump on it and find their own little FM journey and work it out. And if you can't surf the FM, you don't blame the FM. You blame yourself, and that's true artistry, really. You don't go, this is a shit board. You go, oh fuck, I haven't learned how to surf it yet. If you see someone having a bad surf on a shortboard, they go, oh, this board's shit. But if you see someone having a bad surf on an FM, it's like, oh, I'm not cool enough for this board. So like, but Ryan's falling into them for the love of it. So he's close, he's up there with because he does what I want to do, which is be really open just to go down those avenues and hope that they pay my bills whilst I figure out how to turn it into some sort of sales. But I don't even think he's thought that far. He just does what he wants. So yeah, Ryan's up there as well. But I'd say Axel took the biggest leap this year, and that's, as a shaper's point of view, that would be mine. Fuck, I don't just want to say the people that we're working with, but these are the ones that inspire me. That's why we're working
with them. Yeah.
So Axel for me. He's just started a new factory. It's going really well.
And actually, many of the reasons you listed are very similar to the Morris, like the journey, the legacy. And actually, I think out of all of them, Axel has a kind of similar style to you in the sense that it's sort of conservative is the wrong word, but it's like elegant and efficient and functional. Like they're not shouty; they just work and they look great, basically.
I think that we shape like shapers who aren't the best surfers. So there's an element of serving, whereas like you get someone like Morris Cole. He ain't serving anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like he's offering.
Yeah, I like this. Would you like it?
Yeah. There's no respect lost. It's just not my. I can't think like that. Yeah. I'm more like I want to work out how the individual surfer. My absolute goal is to work with someone and build their confidence to a point where boards are just their friends. That is my journey as a shaper. It's not necessarily about the shape. It's not necessarily about changing their surfing. It's about changing their confidence to marry up to their board. And then the board, I will give them the confidence by making everything exactly as it should be, so I can explain with complete like I know I'm telling the truth when I say the rocket is like this, therefore it does this, in conjunction with, I know that shit because I've spent so long working out what those things do that I can say I've been working on this thing, you know? Like, and then every time I'm like popped a model out or a shape out because I thought I should, they've never done well. So you learn from it, you know? Yeah, for me, because he probably is a bit similar.
Joan, what are you saying?
I'm kind of at the beginning of my understanding of surfboard design.
Fair play, appreciate the honesty.
But I'd say maybe to just give my spin on it, obviously going to be a little bit biased, but I think in terms of what a shaper gives you that isn't just a surfboard, in terms of someone that actually gives you time and effort, I don't think you can go further than Luke, in the UK at least. In my experience, just to actually give people the time of day and to listen to them and that, I think for me that's what I'd go.
So say it.
Luke Hart is the best shaper of 2025. and
conclusive.
Also, no, but also fuck, the boards I've had a few this year have been the best boards I've had. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and like I keep saying to you, it's you really. And I'm not trying to take credit away from the boards, but they are suiting your personality, which gives you the confidence. That's what surfing is. So like, a lot of people go into it, don't they? Surfing with if I get that board, I'm better. Same with golf. Like if I get that golf club, I'm better.
I mean that's the art of marketing, isn't it? Is to make somebody if they're not better until they have that, it's how they feel completed.
Yeah, Joe sent me a pissed up message on Christmas Eve, I think it was.
It was my pissed up message.
No, because it was an idea.
I'm joking.
And he's basically like, how do we market how important it is for you to give the confidence when you give the board? Because that's like what you're saying in certain, like when I told him that these boards might snap, he took them to us and just shat himself the whole time that he was surfing them.
Yeah.
So, so there's the power that I've built a relationship with Joe where he trusts me that much that if I say something like that, he's then worried it'll change the way he's surfing. So if I say, hey, these boards are going to be really, really good at X, Y, Z, that carries some power with the shape. So it's like, how do we bring that into the marketing with your shaping? Because that's what you're good at. You're good at explaining it in a way that is real. So we just need to make sure we explain confidence and positivity rather than be like, I've made these boards, but I've made them so light.
Be really careful when you do this and that, because it might break. Like suddenly that's in there.
It's completely obvious how you would then shit yourself when you're surfing it in a heavy wave and not surf good.
Yeah,
so it's very powerful. But equally, we've done power in the other way, where he can go, hey, I'm going to go down to the middle of the beach, I'm going to take off, I'm going to get barrel and come out that barrel and I'm going to do it air. Now. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because of that board, because of that relationship he's had with that board, where I am saying the right thing in the right place to marry it up. And then, you know, you saw his bottom turns that he thought he had a bad surf at Hale. And I'm not saying you had a really good surf at Hale, but I'm saying, like, you surfed those waves so well. You know, and that board just, like, butter off the, you know, like, it's only your bottom turns. I'm sure another board could have been that board, but like that relationship that you grow, you start going, fuck, my boards are pretty good. And it's your input as well. But yeah, I'm really glad you said that.
To see it with Heath as well, though, it's been eye-opening. Jesus, the amount of people that have noticed the step up that he's gone in the last few weeks or month, a couple of months now.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course you have to give a bit of that to the change of equipment, but just to have that constant backing of you and to have that time of day from you, I think it's massive for him.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm doing my job. That is what I love about the job is the if you can help me be a better at shaping, I'm getting what I want out of it, and if I can help you be a better surfer, then you're getting what you want out of it. But then either way round, we're both happy that it's in there. It's like when you help someone, you never go, oh, I'm so fucking pissed off I helped that person. You never ever, has anyone ever said that? Oh, I'm so annoyed that I was stepped up to the plate and delivered. Oh.
There is that scene in Private Ryan where they let the German prisoner go because you felt sorry for him, and then the German prisoner at the end of the film kills one of the guys, and I remember being really pissed off that they hadn't helped him at the beginning.
had helped him.
Yeah, they had helped him because he ended up killing them. There was no like sort of
That's such a filmy thing, isn't it?
Yes. Like,
the reality is a prisoner of war that gets released goes back home, don't they?
And cries.
Yeah. You know, like Lucas's wave, that's a moment. Is there a shaping moment?
I don't know, I feel like shaping's kind of so subjective.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all subjective, to be fair.
Yeah, true, surfing is as well.
This is particularly subjective.
Yeah.
It is, but in terms of a moment captured, it's easier to talk about surfers and waves. And
Yeah.
stuff. Like, I can't think of a shaping one where I'm like, that person shouldn't have done that, but they're bored.
But I think moments captured, like, and I guess the challenge here is we're all so totally biased to sharing the moments you're having on your journey with all your riders, like Raynan coming up and hugging you when it's clicking, and like you can, experiencing those processes. It's like, I mean, all the morning moments are yours effectively, other than, say me meeting Morris and just kind of like chewing the fat with him for an hour and like getting...
Still the same thing though, because you're going to have the opportunity to meet lots of different shapers, and there's going to be some that you're
Do you think I might meet Ryan Birch one day?
I think so. I hope he doesn't get any disappointed. And you're like, Ryan, can we shape a board? He's like, nah. Or does him a mini mouth.
I describe my level where I'm at.
Yeah, you just it buys you a foamy. No, like you're gonna meet shapers, and there's gonna be a couple that will bitterly disappoint you, and there's gonna be a couple that like really pleasantly surprised you. They're magic beings, aren't they? I'm just thinking of all the shapers that I've met, like big name shapers that I've met, and they have like a certain kind of...
There's definitely an ADHD spectrum-y vibe about all of them.
I was going to be more like nice about it.
But no, you're putting a negative connotation. Like those are superpowers, basically. They all have hyper-focus. They all have kind of like a disconnect with the real world in some respects. Like
there you go. They have a disconnect with the real world. We all do. I'm happy to admit that. Yeah, shapers are pretty magic. But it's hard to say shaper of the year, isn't it? Really. It's quite a hard one. I think that's just a discussion rather than a mantle.
All right, but it segues onto our final section, the big one. And I guess we put it at the end because if we did this first, then nobody would watch through to the end if they've got this far. Surfboard of the year. To keep it moving relatively smoothly and quickly, we'll just go through the different categories of surfboards and sort of some standout sort of like boards sort of within that, basically.
That'll definitely quicken things up.
Yeah. Start probably with the main one. I say the main one because it's probably our biggest selling board category, and that would be mid-length of the year. And start off, like, just to give you some kind of like, the best selling mid-length, and it's probably been this now for the last couple of years, is the FM. The FM69, we sell so many of those, you hardly ever see any on Facebook or on the marketplaces, so people are like genuinely clicking it and keeping with them, basically. I think it's such a comfortable board. You can get on it even if you've been out of the water for 3 months and have a really good surf on it, but as you progress and your surfing progresses, it lets you go, it will go with you, basically. So I think it's just and I know it's won Board Shop's board of the year, I think for the last 2-3 years running, basically. But I don't think there's any getting away from it, that even though we might be getting tired of the FM, like I know you love to shape those channels, but it's still a standout performer. It's still an amazing board. And now people can do custom dims. We're starting to see some really interesting sort of like takes and variations on it, which I think is going to give it a whole new.
It's going to be even more interesting this year when he does the baby FM.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give him that. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else that
mid-lengthy wise.
Yeah, nothing else that really excites me, because I'm thinking about it a couple of years ago. Cause my magic moments with the FM have come and gone now.
Yeah.
But this year I could still give it, because I think more people have had their magic moments than any year.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to say that's, and there's no other mid-length. I don't think there's any other mid-lengths that have come out in the last couple of years that I've gone, oh, that makes sense as something different in the mid-length market. The only thing potentially is like mini-mid kind of genre, where you're taking like performance.
I think the BP rounds are really nice, but it's more mini-mid in that respect. And I think it's a wicked board.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a mini-mid or a mid. So it's like a weird one. It's more of a performance mid-length, which I think is his own genre.
And to be fair,
mid-length.
Our second best-selling board after the FM is also the Flow Stick, which has obviously been around for a decade. I don't know how long it's been.
6 years.
6 years. So, but that's still a really popular mid-length, and surfs like what it does better than pretty much any other. But cool. So that isn't surfboard of the year. It's just sort of a potential contender. I think the FM, and in particular the 6.9, which just seems a staple. I think the 6.6 will have its moment this year. I've got a feeling.
I hope so.
And now the dims are changing. We're seeing some pretty rad 6.6s for some pretty performance surf. Exactly.
Yeah,
I actually am excited.
The narrower 6.6 as a step up.
Yeah. I think we're going to see that as a pretty bad.
Not as a step up, as right. So the myth that mid-lengths go in small waves has to be addressed. Like, mid-lengths are boring as fuck in small waves. Agree?
Not all, but yeah, as a general principle.
Tell me one that's like, oh, this is so fun in small waves.
Oh, like a kind of like a mini nose rider where you can sort of style it out.
Yeah,
and
like
of,
a little scorpion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you're entering into the novelty of yeah, okay, all right, but they're like, you would have more fun as a decent surfer on like a groveler or a fish or a small wave high performance board.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah. You are just standing and going along, maybe doing an end section floater.
There is something quite magic about being on the end of the board, like, and with no board in front of you, and just feeling it accelerate. It's sort of like, it's got a vibe to itself, and on some waves, it's the only board that works like that.
Yeah, it has. But I'm not disagreeing.
So
I'm just
carry
saying,
on. I'm like, that was a.
I can tell you what's better than in small ways. I can tell you what's better than a mid-length.
Mini Simmons all the way.
All right, fair. But like mid-length nose rider, a longboard nose rider would be way more fun in small waves. But the 6.6 as a good wave board is going to come pretty nicely back to small waves because it's smaller, so it's easier to manipulate. So if you've got anything about your surfing, as in you're happy with painting your own picture of what your surfing is, doing turns and hitting your lines, you're not just a go-y along-y straight-y guy. 6.6 FM, like you 100% get tubed on it, which is what you're going to be showing. And
calves, I think.
And big calves, and you have got the ability to surf that better than longer mid-length.
Yeah.
But it is teetering on the edges of mini-mid.
Yeah, I think so.
Like your mod pro kind of stuff. So like, yeah. But anyway, I'm happy to give it FM, and I can't think of another mid-length. So what's the next one?
Fish of the year. There's been quite a few fishes.
It's annoying me because I know a better board, but it has got to be the Feb fish.
I mean, that's definitely the one that's been out there the most. I've never surfed one, but I've seen them in there, and it's kind
I haven't
of.
surfed one either, but I know what it is.
We've had them in here, so we kind of. There's nothing.
More rocker, single concave, fish outline.
I was going to say there's no unique magic, but it's a classic case of where they've completely understood the brief and made a board that just looks and works great, and they've given it to a rider that just can get the best out of it, and you're like, okay, magic combo. Like,
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Okay, so not fish of the year, but potential fish replacer.
You go PDX.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had PDX down on here. I think
It's got to be, man. It's such a good board, and I'm like, we have not.
I think at the moment, everybody's getting a PDX is going head height or above, and we need to get a 5.6 PDX to give one to Joe and show what that ball can do in like proper legit fish dims.
We need to get a proper one, because it is supposed to be an extended fish, so like you're supposed to surf it a little bit longer. So
like 2-3 inches max.
Yeah, so like if you're surfing a fish at 5.5, you might surf a PDX at 5.7.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly that.
I look at that board as Mr. Functional and I go,
Totally
oh
get
my
it.
word, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I bet you could rip it harder than any twin fin, and I bet you it would paddle better than most of the twin fins on the market, and I bet you it would give you way more trim.
And it's going to go way better on your backhand than like.
Yeah, with the round tail and
Exactly
the
that,
increased rocker. Yeah, exactly.
I actually had it as an entrance for this last year. It hasn't been surfed or used. It's a bit like the 6.6 FM. We have a feeling that this one's going to come basically.
I know what he's going to say.
What, for fish?
Yeah. And I know you haven't been on
I haven't
loads.
surfed any fishes.
Pedestrian ship.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fish.
Swallow. It's similar. I think it would fall into that category.
It's a twin fin. It's a high performing twin fin fish.
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't have to be traditional.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's the only one I've surfed, so yeah.
Yeah.
But
Pedestrian ship, you really enjoyed that. You've clicked with it.
Well,
anyway.
technically, your rock star.
That's
high
pushing it.
performance fucking shortboard.
Yeah.
Well, because one of our best sellers has been the chili wrap, which
Yeah.
is a lot of people. It's along that RNF 96 kind of vibe, hybrid-y, swallowtail, goes in everything, really fun board.
Oh, I haven't been thinking about these boards when you say fish. I've been thinking of like traditional.
Yeah.
fish.
It's actually quite there's
I
too
had-
many crossovers really.
It's a
He
big.
gets not a fish in the purest
Yeah,
sense.
that's why I was really confused.
It's as in it doesn't have a fish tail.
We know it's a fish.
Yeah.
Shaper, I know it's a fish, but I also know there's an argument for a rockstar being a fish, which it isn't, and I also know that the pedestrian ship is kind of out there as well, calling it a fish. It's more its own sort of thing, but in terms of swallowtail, twin fin, slightly wider and friendlier, flatter, ride it a bit shorter.
Yeah.
You can still just about put it in there. But I think that you have to say fed fish because you've got to respect the industry around you. What would have been a better one for us to do, a more interesting one, would be maybe like alternative fish. Because you have stuff like, there was a Rob Machado model that came out in Firewire, and I was like, fuck, that's good. I saw it, and I hated it being in Firewire, because it's like...
You liked it.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, is that the seaside?
No. I think it was called a Machado Cardo. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. But I might be wrong. It might not be that one either.
That's more like a nuggy though.
It's okay, so it's a slightly stretched out one, but it looks like that. Oh, don't worry. But anyway, like, alternative fish would be cool.
So okay, so Fez Fish, I think, like I said, it's Fish of the Year.
I mean, the guy rips it, and if you wanted a better one, get the FM, get the
There was
Wolf's
definitely a lot of noise. I don't think many boards made a big splash in 2025, but that was definitely one of them.
No. And it went with those lovely surfboard colours of yellow and red. Which
Yeah.
I think was really clever.
And Michael February just absolutely fun killing on it.
Whose favourite surfer isn't he? You know, like that guy is.
Pretty legit.
Yeah.
Travel board of the year. So chucking the doofer out there.
It's got to be the doofer.
Of the year.
Well, just like because you did the revamp of the doofer. The doofer amazingly keeps ticking over without very little love, and then we did the revamp of it, like you were ripping on it, and that's also got like a kind of still a lot of love. It's still one of our best selling boards. People just get on with that board.
I think it's like I can really legitimately tell someone it's a really good travel board. Travel board of the year.
That's kind of like one board quiver.
One board
Yeah,
quiver,
sort of.
exactly that.
Well, I do genuinely believe that I have got the best stake for a one board quiver based on who I am and where I live.
Your BP round.
No, yeah, well, I think
Or the doofer.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the BP round for me and the doofer could both be my one board quiver depending on the person I am at a time. So I'm in like
a doofer could be a one board quiver for me, so
anyone,
I think that
yeah.
shows like.
Yeah, no, and I like it because what other shapers. So if you take some other industry one ball quivers like the Quiver
Axel's
Killer,
got a good one, doesn't he?
Well, Axel the cowgirl, like which
Yeah.
is
And
people serving a bit longer. That's done well. People
And I
love
think
that board.
I think that the Cowgirl would probably be a little bit more fun to surf in weaker, smaller waves than the Doofer, but I don't necessarily think it would be a good weak wave board. As like I always say to people with the Doofer, yes, you can catch waves, yes, you can go fast, but your turning radius is slightly affected because of the key elements of the design are to keep driving forward momentum for when you're going a bit faster, which makes it the one ball quiver that it is. It will deal with a lot, and the place where you tend to miss out on boards that deal with a lot is the small wave.
Yeah.
Because it's the novelty of
Capabilities of that,
surfing.
yeah.
It's like I had fun in shit waves. With a doofer, there's not much you can do. Just like a mid-level, it's like it's limiting in that factor. So the Axel's one there would probably beat the doofer, but I don't think it beats it in any other area like barrels and big calves and like top to bottom surfing. And I don't think the Quiver Killer does. I think the Quiver Killer from Lost is just too big, too clunky. Then I think stuff like the Paizel Ghost is probably a little bit
That's
too
more
much.
step uppy.
Yeah, and then you're then kind of feeling weird where you want a bit of release in like bigger, fatter, flatter waves. You know, maybe that will win in barrels in Indo, but I don't think it's gonna win in like smaller slabs or like open face fatty waves. So
Doofer, there we go.
Doofer is fucking such a good board. Like, if everyone owns a Doofer, it's like you can feel safe about surfing. Like, it's all right, I've got the Doofer. You know,
Doofer in the car.
Like, I'm gonna go a little bit crazy. I'm gonna come out of my box and get a Ryan Birch snippy fish or whatever it's called, and then squidfish, and then. But it's okay, so I've got my Doofer still.
No, I know,
You know
what
what I
you
mean?
I know what you mean, and that feeling when you're travelling is essential to have something in your board bag that you know is always there.
It's all good. It's all good, baby. I can be way more expressive with some of my other boards because I've got this thing that is going to potentially get me the wave of my life or make the most out of a lackluster surf.
Yeah.
So, but obviously this feels stupid, me talking about my own board on my own fucking podcast, saying it's a board.
Giving it an award for best.
Yeah, but you know, the story of how that board started is I just love how fucking naive we were to it, and I would never have done it now because it would have been too much outside of like crazy, like putting a good wave tail on a poor wave
Flat
nose.
rocket,
Yeah, and it turned into a Doofer, but yeah, fuck yeah.
So Doofer's in there.
Yeah.
Shortboard of the year 2025.
Rockstar.
I put Rockstar as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'd go with that.
It keeps on going and going and going.
I could
And
put
there's
that-
new like team riders, whatever, like sort of. It's our best selling shortboard, and it's been out for years, but people keep on loving it. It keeps on. In terms of how you're specking the dims and tweaking it, adjusting it, it's just it's still going. And like you can take someone like Renan, like kind of who's coming off the back of his Channel Islands.
That's why
straight onto the Rockstar, boom, and he's in love with that. It just works. Like
that's
it's
why
such
I'm
a
giving
board.
it board of the year because I've been so to give it a bit of history. That Rockstar has won more open men's and women's and junior titles in the UK than any other shortboard because I just know whose feet it's been under at the time when they've won the comps. It would be unprecedented.
Yeah, no other board would come close to
No.
it. It's probably like 2 or 3 or 4 times more than any other shortboard.
Easily.
Yeah.
Like 1 year, it won both categories, and then Luke did 4 years in a row on that same actual board, not just the Rockstar, the model, but the same board on ice. So then I go, okay, so Luke's got a good board. Okay, so Peony's got a good board. Okay, so XYZ's got a good. Oh, Logan likes his Rockstar. But then when Raynan came over and all the other surfers were sitting out back talking in embarrassingly small surf, Raynan was on the inside of them in ankle depth water doing 4 turns and airs.
Yeah.
And I went, fuck me, his board's good. And it was mine. And I was like, okay, I can almost say it now. That is a good board for UK waves. And for a short board, you could definitely take the Rockstar to Indo and just batter it. And you could
I took it last year.
Yeah.
It was my only board for the last month of the trip, and it was going in good waves.
I love it. I fucking love that board. I don't know what every UK surfer doesn't have a Rockstar.
Let's bring a Rockstar Max in
I know.
for 2026.
They are so good.
I know. It's funny, isn't it? Why don't I get excited by the Rockstar? I don't know anyone who hasn't told me it's really fun.
Yeah, there we
You
go.
gotta bring it back.
It's because do you know why it is? It's because I'm like, I actually find that the performance groveler category of
Offensive
boards
to
a
you.
tiny bit to me personally. So I'm like, oh, shut up, just get on a longboard, stop trying to be flash in this sort of waves. But then like, people are better than me, I forget that. People are a lot, like your brother is like such a good example. We are both in exactly the same bracket of surfers, but he is fucking the top of
that bracket.
yeah, and he completely warrants having that board. And he was ripping it, like fucking ripping. And he was kind of having, I wouldn't say shit surfs, but like he was having lost in the crowd surfs on his step ups, the purple ones.
Mm-hmm.
Then he got on that on a shit day, and then just surfed it for the rest of the trip and was just absolutely ripping. It was like it just married him to the best waves and the critical sections that he would utilise. And I go, all right, fuck it, yes.
Because like people just not pro surfers, or Rockstar's the pro surfer, but just make it a tiny bit more accessible. It'll open up to a whole demographic.
But okay, so Chili Jam.
Wait, we'll get to the Chili Jam.
Yeah, but how do you tell someone to buy a Rockstar and not a Chili Jam?
Oh, because I think
A
The
Max,
Rockstar
sorry.
you'd surf.
No, Rockstar Fair.
Rockstar Max, yeah, because Rockstar Max, I think you just
Chili Jam's gonna have
you
more
don't
volume,
tame it down.
more
Yeah, Chili
stability.
Jam you'd surf as like a nuggie, like if
I
if
would-
you're good. Whereas a Rockstar Max you'd surf closer to your own height.
But you, this is honest, isn't it? You would have a Rockstar and a Chili Jam in the hypothetical world, surf them in exactly the same type of works. It's just one day you'd fancy the Rockstar and one day you'd fancy the Chili Jam. It'll be like, what sandwich flavour do
But
I
his
want
Rockstar
when
would
I'm
be
hungry?
5'10", 5'11".
No,
His
Rockstar
Chili-
Max, sorry.
Oh, if he had a Rockstar Max.
Yeah, so if we add a
Yeah,
Rockstar
I would
Max,
be surfing them in the same waves.
yeah.
No, but he's
I
not a
reckon.
Rockstar. The Rockstar Max is not for him. So he would surf
He
either
had
Rocks. Pardon?
He
I
had
did.
one.
One of my favourite boards, yeah.
Okay, but for him, that's where the Chili Jam comes into it.
Yeah.
I'm talking like a Rockstar Max.
No,
It's like I want a shortboard, but the Rockstar is just still a little bit too high performance for me. So I want a
Yeah.
Rockstar which is ever so slightly more bro friendly.
Yeah.
Like kind of, whereas the Chili Jam is more a hybrid sort of.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
maybe then. I'm not. You know me. I do very poorly when we unnaturally bring a model into the market. So if it comes, it comes. Like I'm up for it.
It's the gap between the Rockstar and the Chili Jam. We can even call it the Chili Jam Pro. Or we can call it the
Well-
Rockstar Max. Like.
The Chili Jam Pro is
It's coming.
Christmas.
So
got in the
maybe
way.
that's it then. Maybe it's the Chili
Yeah.
Jam Pro that fills that gap as opposed to the Rockstar Max.
Yeah, but they will be different.
Okay.
One's going to be more carvy. One's
I
gonna
still
be more
feel like
releasey.
a Chili Jam Pro is kind of like on your rock side level of performance.
It will be.
Like it's not bro friendly.
I-
Sort of.
No, I think it's going to be. I think it could be bro friendly in dims. I did a 6034 litre Rockstar, which felt absolutely fine. That one there, and I was like, okay, I don't want to push it too much further than that, but that feels fine. It's got enough foam for me. It
Which one's
doesn't.
that one?
The yellow rail Brazilian one for
For Mo.
yeah. But if I wanted him to surf something in between that and the Chili Jam, I think I can still make a board.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it be a little bit carvier than the Chili Jam, therefore hold a bit more speed, but a little bit more friendly than the Rockstar in terms of forgiveness.
Yeah, and so a bit short, a bit more nuggy-ish.
Yeah. And I think that Joan is just going off on a kilter where he can still have the Rockstar, there's no rules, but he might have the Chili Jam a bit more because Chili Jam Pro a bit more because he likes the Chili Jam. Might be a better blend. If Rockstar was your highest leaning performance board in the UK, you could have a Chili Jam Pro, a Chili Jam.
I'd have Rockstar as my highest performance board for sure, but I'd go squash tail and not epoxy. I reckon to have it
for
in my
bigger
head
waves.
as my all rounder.
Yeah, Cloud Tech.
I need to try it. I haven't tried it.
We're gonna try it for sure. Yeah, go on then.
Hybrid of the year, Chili Jam.
100% Chili Jam.
Yeah.
I think this is a strong contender for board of the year. So when I was going through the numbers, it's our best selling board.
Best direct seller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of the
Yeah,
FM and
outside the FM.
the flow stick. It's also the only board that our pros absolutely rave about it, and our bros absolutely rave about it. So like the full spectrum of like
True.
lower intermediate to literally national champion love that board basically in terms of what it can do and the versatility of it in terms of how it can be widened, added more foam, and it just works for kind of like everybody.
Different fin setups as well.
Yeah, thrust up.
That board fucking blown me away this year. Fully blown me away.
Yeah, I love, and again, I just went. It took me a while to take it out of the Chili Wraps sort of shadow in my mind, but it isn't a fish. It is something else. Like you narrow it up, you box it out a little bit, you round it off, take a bit of tracking away from it. Suddenly, and there's me, a very average surfer, just surfing like a shortboard. Like I definitely found its limits.
All your limits.
Nah, like yeah, probably.
As in size, you have to nurse it more.
I
so-
found its limits for sure.
Yeah.
In wave size, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can still surf it in those waves, but you're not fucking going up there.
Yeah.
You're fucking, you know what I mean? So like you can still surf it. It's not like completely uncontrollable, but it's not as in your critical line becomes less critical, doesn't it?
But interesting because the next category was Groveler of the Year, and I also put Chili Jam on that because of how well it goes in the smaller stuff. So it's definitely, it goes in a broad range. So that's pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all of them, I had Surfboard of the Year, Chili Jam.
I'm not arguing with that.
I mean, I think it's obviously completely biased because we're at Colab and it's one of the Colab boards.
All of this has been completely biased.
Yeah. But I'll happily go with it. I mean, like I would put.
In terms of feedback, it's been top notch. In terms of sales, it's been our best direct. In terms of versatility, it's covered all the single bases. Like it's, it's the board that you're surfing currently. It's your kind of moment. I don't know where mine is. It got stolen on. Like.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but that's not the. It's so
I
much
know.
better.
I know.
I mean, I'm glad. That board is fun, but that board feels like a chili
Bit more
wrap that's a
fishy,
little bit too small.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go for the orange one and have a go on that, it's just instantly like whooping. There's a couple of times where I've overshot the carve and I can get it on rail on the inside and get back out.
Yeah.
And like I was so gutted. I've got three really good boards. That's why I'm so absolutely devastated about my knee, because I've got the Chili Jam, I've got the 6.0 Doofer, and I've got the 6.6 BP round, and it's like
you're covered.
I've never felt like this about boards. Take me anywhere in the world on them three, and up to like I'll surf that BP round in. I reckon I could have took that out in that big day at fish, the really big day on coast to coast. I reckon I could have gone out fishing on court waves.
Yeah.
On my BP. I could beat my mates in a heat on it in 2 foot waves too.
Couple of heats.
But like, so I that is why my knee, I think, was like, but the Chili Jam, massive part of it. I thought I was accepting of the fact that I need more rail length and like I'm a mid-length guy, and then the Chili Jam and the Doofer and then the Chili Jam just went, no, you can still ride fucking 510s and you're sweet. You might even be able to do your best surfing on it in the right waves. Right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So board of the year, we agree. Chili Jam.
Chili Jam?
I'm not arguing with that.
Obviously,
No way.
Yeah, I'm obviously I'm not going to argue with that.
Done.
I feel like I cleaned up. I
I
can't believe I didn't get shape with you.
I know each of us had our own.
Yeah, you can't pick that. Not happy with that. So in terms of content we got coming out, Joe, and I'm pretty lost, but we got the Raynan clip.
Yeah.
We are getting it right. So
yeah.
Sorry, we're taking ages with the Shaper and Pro Surfer video, but it's looking epic. We got the Coast to Coast video.
Yeah. Charge review.
Charge surfboard review, which is our kind of all-roundery step up / very performance mid-length, depending on what way you want to look at it.
It's a step up.
It
Man.
is a
Come
step
on.
Skinny ass mid. You can surf it. It's a step up.
It's definitely a step up.
It is. You don't want to be surfing in small waves.
Yeah.
You don't want to be caught short. But
I think
it's way more forgiving than like
a friendly step up.
a friendly step
yeah. So
up.
like if Luke and I are surfing it at 6'10" or 7 foot, it becomes it's more of a skinny ass mid for really good waves. You're surfing it at 6'3", 6'4", it's definitely a step up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So we've got all of that to come. We're on it. Trust
And
me.
then there's a lot that's on the back burner that we just need to wrap up. Like we've got Stand 30 Club halfway done.
Oh yeah, the 30 Club.
Chili Jam Cloud Tech halfway done. Ped Ship Review halfway done. Like there's a few things that just need like half their filming and then they're there. So.
Yeah, we've got lots. The 30 Club update, Stan actually messaged me and was like, this board's going sick.
Did it?
Yeah.
What's he on?
Do you remember I was like to Stan?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think
If
you
you
can ride
did
more
this-
foam.
Ride more foam.
And I've
If
done
you've
it
this-
before. Yeah.
Let's swap
So
the
all
old-
we've got to do is get one more surf, because all we've got him on is the point. So I just feel like
So is he
wrap it
making
up
the swap
properly-
then?
Hey, we'll find out in the video. Better watch if we show it on the point and a beachy.
Yeah.
Because if you just show it on the point, really good wave, everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, but it's a good wave. But if you show it on the beachy, that's where he's really going to be able to utilise more foam, in my opinion. Watch this space.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Right.
2026. Here we go.
Let's have it. Yeah.